Okay, hey everybody, welcome back to Platformania. This was originally going to be the last game of the marathon. This was originally going to be the last day of the marathon, I should say, but we extended it to tomorrow because shit happened. So, yes, but however, at the end of today, we are still doing the main event. We are still doing Sonic Mania, but we've got more important games to do before that. And that's Kirby. Kirby's way better than Sonic anyway. So yeah, joining me again is Jack. Hello, Jack.
Hi.
Yeah, and we're going to be playing through Kirby Nightmare and Dreamland. This was originally going to be Gareth's game, and I'm very upset with him for taking it from me. But he had some tech issues and was thus unable to play. So I got to Kirby anyway, and I am happy about that. So woo. Yeah, so thank you again for joining me at the last minute. Catherine was originally supposed to join us for this stream, but she has to work and shit, and that sucks. So she's welcome.
Gotta go back to the lab again.
Yeah, no, she was always in the lab. She just
I forgot she lives there.
Yeah, she lives there. Oh, I forgot that you can actually get UFO there. Whatever. But anyway. If she manages to get a free second, she's welcome to join in if you're listening, but I doubt that'll happen because I believe her boss is actually in today, and she doesn't want to be talking about, like, Kirby when she's supposed to actually be doing work. I'm sorry
Well, I mean, Kirby's an important element in science, right?
Yeah, Kirby, science if you play Kirby Planet Robobot, there's a line in the pause screen when you have Ninja, which says science does not completely explain the disability or something to that effect, which is great. I also
Catherine says she's watching from the lab.
Okay. I should also apologize for not getting the full pre-stream up. I was a dummy and didn't get the new stream key, so that was completely my fault. But you know, we're here now. I was a little bit more meme-tastic than usual. I had a couple more meme-y songs in the pre-stream playlist I had, but whatever. Ow, my face. So Jack, how much have you played Nightmare and Dreamland as opposed to other Kirby games?
Oh gosh, I think this is, out of all the Kirby games, I think this is the one I've played the most.
The most? Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember so many long car rides I spent playing Kirby, and especially trying to. This is back when the Game Boy Advance didn't have a backlight at the time, so if I was ever playing it at night, I would have to use like the street lights to move a little bit. Okay, move here.
Did you have that thing that plugged into your Game Boy that had like a little light on it?
No, I knew a friend who had that, but even then it didn't work. I don't think that worked too well either.
I didn't have one for my Game Boy Advance, but I did have one for my Game Boy Color. All it did was block your view of the screen.
Jeez.
It didn't really do anything of note other than that. But yeah, this is the first Kirby game I ever beat. The first Kirby game I played was Kirby 64, but I got stuck on that on several occasions. Mostly just trying to get crystal shards. Like I never could get the one that you have to use the Dreamland 3 cutter rock power. I couldn't ever get that.
Dude, same.
I could never get that one
because me for years.
Yeah, because I never played Kirby's Dreamland 3 and I didn't know. Oh, you have to use Rick in order to jump up the thing because that's his ability in Dreamland 3. I never knew that. I also didn't figure out that in order to break certain blocks, you had to use the color combinations of the power combinations that match the color. I didn't get that either because I was not a smart child. So so it was one of those games that I started and played like the first 2 worlds over and over again. I didn't really play much of. Once I got to like Aquastar, I didn't play as much growing up, but like Rockstar and Popstar, I played a ton of for Kirby 64. This game, not only did I beat it as a kid, I actually 100%ed it as 100%ed it as a wee lad. I did not, however. Oh, sniped. However, did not beat. I never tried extra mode, and so I didn't even know there was a Meta Knight mode in this game for years.
Yeah, I did. I only learned about that recently, I think, because of good old YouTube. Good old all things.
Yeah, but I love Meta Knight mode. It's one of the best modes in any Kirby game that has it. Oh yes,
Okay.
yeah. So
Let's
everybody.
see. We got a $10 donation
Ooh.
from Sam Driving Blind. There's no description or anything.
Oh,
I'm not sure, Sam. If you want anything, I guess just tweet at Fund the Charity Room if you want to put it to like a bid war or something, or you just want to donate.
yeah.
Just let us know.
Oh yeah, I should mention that today is tomorrow is the last day of the marathon. But so right now what we're doing is we've got the only thing that we've got going on today, aside from the ongoing PS4 and Switch raffles, is the Super Mario Maker donor raffle. So basically what happens is you donate, and you donate, I believe it's how much is it, $15? It's on the screen, but I'm not looking at the screen.
Oh, it is $15 to enter for a chance for us to play your Super Mario Maker level.
Yes.
Or more specifically, Mr. Game Explain.
Mr. Game Explain will play a Super Mario Maker level. And so I don't believe many people have taken us up on that offer yet. So if you want to get a chance at that, you will actually have a very good chance of your level being played at the moment. Because I think he's playing for about an hour. So as long as your level doesn't take like 30 minutes, you probably should be able to play. You probably should be able to play it, and it'll be a lot
and you
of
get
fun.
to watch Mr. Game Explain suffer.
Yeah, and you also
what
can.
What you want from a stream?
Yeah, and you can also vote to burn people in The Sims as well, and also I believe Sonic Mania characters as well. I thank you all for getting your asses off of Sonic Mania to watch Kirby, the superior franchise. Did you get the game, Jack?
Oh, I did. I got the collector's edition, and it's coming tomorrow because apparently where I live isn't Prime eligible for this game specifically, so I have to wait like a peasant.
It's Wispy Woods, Jack. I it was so terrifying.
Oh no, Wispy Woods.
Wispy Woods. I love the animations in this game. The art in this game is so good. I love the sprite work. It's very, very detailed. This is
Definitely.
This is still to this day, I think, one of the best looking GBA games, which is surprising considering it was a very, very early GBA game. Oh wait, I'm supposed to get Parasol here.
The one thing that just kind of bothers me, like aesthetically, is the backgrounds and like the color choices, because they're just they're pseudo 3D and they look very ugly.
I actually don't mind the backgrounds. I think I mean, granted, when you've got them blown up on the HD screen, they don't look as good. I think for the if you're playing it on the Game Boy itself, it looks great. But like this Kirby sprite would be the Kirby sprite that they use for I think like 8 years or something like that.
Yeah, because I think Amazing Mirror, Kirby Squeak Squad.
This was the Kirby sprite used until Superstar Ultra, and that's mostly just because the Kirby Superstar sprite is so different from the others because it's much bigger that they couldn't really reuse this one for that.
I can't speak today. But it wasn't until I played Kirby 3D on the 3DS that I realized that the color palette for Kirby's Adventure on the NES, which this game's a remake of, it's so good. I think it's honestly one of the best looking Kirby games because of it. Since I played this version of the game so much, I have a hard time going back to the original Kirby's Adventure, and that's because of the way that the game controls. This game, it controls much more like the Kirby's Dreamland games on Game Boy, and this game controls much more like the Superstar and Onward games. So I have a hard time going back to the original Dreamland because this is what I'm used. I don't go back to the original Dreamland very often because it's a little bit repetitive, but I have a hard time going back to Kirby's Adventure on the NES because of the controls. Not that it's bad, it's just different. Oh no, I feel ya.
Yeah.
It's Kirby's really stiff.
Yeah.
Is what it feels like. This feels just so fluid.
Can Kirby dash in Adventure?
Yes, he can.
Oh yeah, he can dash, but he doesn't have a different sprite for it, so it feels weird because of that.
Like he just has like a little puff of smoke behind him.
Yeah, it makes it, even if it like just had that different animation, it would feel a little bit tighter. Not that like it would change an awful lot, but it's just one of those things where psychologically it feels weird because it looks the same as running normally. You can't tell You can't tell quite as quickly whether or not you're going at the same speed. Ah, damn it, UFO! Ah. Yeah. So this game's phenomenal. Since the talk right now is Mania, though, Jack, did you? Oh yeah, I just asked you that. God, I'm so out of it.
Oh no, it's okay.
God.
That purple coin hangover.
Purple coin.
Lasts a while.
Oh, purple. I never want to see another purple coin as long as I live. That was like, God, that was like 4 days ago. Jeez.
Oh jeez.
Yeah.
Still gotta recover.
Oh man.
Kirby's a good game to recover with, though.
Yeah, this is your brain. This is your brain on purple coins. Any questions? God.
So speaking of Kirby, are you excited for that Kirby Switch?
Oh, Kirby
I think
Switch.
that looks phenomenal.
That game looks phenomenal. What I'm actually more intrigued by is that random 4-player 3DS game they talked about during that one direct that they didn't say
Oh yeah,
anything
they still
about.
haven't.
They didn't say
talked
anything
about that.
it since, and I'm like a little like, I don't know, I shouldn't be concerned because I'm sure it'll be fine. Like, Planet Robobot was announced like 3 months before it got released. So if it's like a November game, we've still got plenty of time for it to be like announced and look phenomenal. But it's like, where the hell is it, you know?
I was feeling that same way with Ultra Sun and Moon because
Oh yeah,
it's
me
almost
too.
November. I was like, oh, we just learned about the new Lycanroc forms, and that's about the new Lycanroc form, and that's about it.
Yeah, I mean, granted, if it's gonna be like Black and White 2, which is probably the closest thing to it being like, it's probably not gonna be a massively different game. So maybe they're trying to hold it off to keep what surprises they do have special. But at the same time, I have no idea what I'm getting into with that game at all.
Yeah, I mean, neither.
It's like, okay, what am I gonna want? Like, is it a different story? Well, I mean, it's obviously a different story, but like, is it a sequel? Is it a prequel? Is it an alternate universe? Like, what the hell's going on? We don't even know anything about that game. And
oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, I love Gen 7, so I'll be happy to play another version of that game, but I'd be more happy if I knew what the hell was happening, basically.
Yeah, there could be that they're. I'm very doubtful about it, but they're kind of keeping it like very like surprise heavy. Because I know, like, leading up to Sun and Moon, they revealed so much about that game.
Yeah, that was one of the
Pokemon.
That was one of the big issues, was that they revealed everything, and there was no surprises left. So
Yeah.
if they are trying to legitimately keep some surprises, I'll be happy. But there's a balance too, where I need to know enough about the game to make me want to play it. So yeah.
Oh, I also believe that they're using like the anime to show off like certain surprises. Because I know Ash's Lycanroc got that new form. That was supposed to be first revealed in the anime, but I think they did like this show about the Pokemon anime called Pokken, where they revealed it. But this week, I believe
the Lycanroc form is Ash's Rockruff supposed to evolve into the new form?
Yeah, that's what happens apparently.
Oh, cool.
And it's like, oh, Ash actually got a Pokemon that nobody's ever gotten before. And I believe Jesse's Mimikyu is supposed to have like a new form where it like rips its costume and sees what's under it.
Oh god. I don't know if I want to see that, though, is the thing. Like, seeing that literally like makes you go comatose. I'm not even joking.
In the anime, he like
people die by seeing that in the Pokédex. Like, not even exaggerating. People literally die. But if it makes Mimikyu even more broken than it already was to begin with, well, actually, it might be worse because if it doesn't have the disguise ability, because the disguise ability is what makes Mimikyu so good. Is it can take a free hit basically whenever the hell it wants. So, like, why would you? So its other ability must be really, really good for it to be like worth getting rid of that whenever they announce what the new Mimikyu form is.
Hopefully, or it can just be like Regigigas and have that just cripples it entirely.
Oh god, yeah, I think it's like considered the worst legendary in the series because of that ability. Because most Pokemon can kill it before it even powers up, if I remember correctly. What actually I'm thinking it might end up more similarly is, you know, the Gen 5 Pokemon Darumaka, the monkey fire thing. It might end up There's a version. There's a special version you can get for that in black and white, where like if you take enough damage, it'll go into a different form. I think it might actually be more similar to that.
Ah,
Where like if it takes damage, it'll rip its costume off, and then you'll get a different form of the character. That would be cool.
yeah. Well,
Right.
it might. I'm not entirely sure. It might be like a different form entirely, like in evolution or something.
Oh, that would
Uh,
be interesting. That'd be one of the
'Cause I know,
first times they've added a true evolution in the middle of a generation.
Now, the only reason I say that is because on the GTS, um, there were there was a codes for like different forms or evolutions for Mimikyu and Lycanroc, and this was like data mine stuff, so it might be different, but I'm not entirely sure.
Huh. That would be pretty cool. Was that like in the game to begin with, or was this just like a recent update kind of thing?
I think that they updated the GTS to like just so when they start the game, like, oh, they don't have to worry about people like trading, like asking for a Pokemon they can't trade and stuff. And this was
Okay.
like recently, I believe. I don't remember the exact date. It was
Okay.
updated.
Okay. Well, that's all really really interesting. Like hearing just those few things are making me far more excited about Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. So yeah. Who should I? You know what? I'll go fire for Paint Roller. If you guys watched my little boss endurance filler the other day, you'll know that Paint Roller is my arch enemy. Oh god, I always run into him because I cannot predict his patterns. Damn it! Now I have to fight him the legit way.
I don't know if you remember this or not, but do you remember when I think it was like God, I think I remember like it was either at Wendy's or something. They had Happy Meal toys for Nightmare in Dreamland.
They did?
Yeah, they did. I remember because I was cleaning out stuff yesterday and I found like an Ice Kirby toy from like Wendy's. I'm like, oh my god.
I wish I knew that back then. You have no idea. You have no idea. I would have dragged my parents to Wendy's like every week if I knew that those were out at that point, because I fucking love Kirby. Man. Like you have no idea how much of a lack of self-control I have. It took all of my willpower during con season this year to not buy every new Kirby plush that I saw, like all the ones from Triple Deluxe and
Oh god, that killed me.
yeah, there was they had like Archer, Beetle, a lot of ones from Triple Deluxe, and I needed to get all of them, and it pained me because I was running so low on cash at that point because there were so many cons in a row. It killed me not to be able to buy those. I wanted them so bad.
God, it destroyed me when I visited the Kirby Café, and I was like, I want to buy everything, but
I
can
am
only...
I am so jealous of you, for the record. That is the one thing I wanted to do in this world, is go to the Kirby Cafe. And I don't think that they're gonna open it up again for a long time. I think we're gonna be...
Maybe, because I know Japan has like a very strange history of doing cafes, of like pop-up cafes. It's like a very weird business they have. So I mean, it could happen.
It could happen, but it's not for a while at the very least. God, that's what I wanted to go to the Kirby Cafe so much, though. It is like the one thing I wanted in this world, because they had like Wispy Woods drinks and Kirby and DDD pancakes and
Oh gosh, it was beautiful.
What was it, the Meta Knight thing,
Oh, they had the I forget what exactly it was called, but it was
like the ice cream drink that Meta Knight secretly enjoys, or something to that effect.
Yeah, it's the I think it's like the parfait that Meta Knight secretly eats every night.
that is the greatest. Oh god. It's too pure. It was too pure for this world. That's why I had to get. And if you is the picture where they had the Waddle Dee for the people who had to go alone, was that true? Did they give you a Waddle Dee if you were going by yourself?
I think that was a lie. I think they just I remember because I just saw them just sitting there in an empty seat. I think they just had like plushes sitting around there, and they also had like a store right next to the cafe where you could go buy Kirby merch themed around the cafe, and it took all of my self-control not to just buy everything in there.
Did you buy anything?
Oh, I did. I bought the Kirby Café soundtrack CD.
Oh god, I would have loved to have that, where you can get really, really strangely fitting 02 Kirby Cafe music.
That's sweet jazz.
Sweet jazz 02 theme. Yeah. You know what I want to think about when I'm, enjoying my brunch is a fallen angel who spits blood out of his eye when I poke it with glass. That's what I want to think about when I'm having.
I mean, if you like jazz.
I mean, it is jazz, so that's. Oh, I'm sure you saw. You were the one I think who posted all the plushes that they were releasing for the 25th anniversary, because I just remembered they're making a Scarfy one.
Yeah. Oh god, I would love it if they made it like turn inside out and turn evil.
That
would be amazing.
I would give so much money for that. An unhealthy amount of money to just have that.
Oh, it looks like we got a $5 donation from Game Boy Zero. Hey guys, want to pitch in one more time before Mania starts? A little tight on money, so I can only do $5, but I work tonight and tomorrow, so hopefully I'll be able to donate some more during the incentive games. You can put this to Sonic and Tails and Mania. Also, Ted, I'm still on the search for Rocket Slime. I know it's somewhere here in the house, but I'll make sure it gets to you when I find it. From Happy.
Oh, thank you. At TMG, thank you so much. There was a fan who went to Catherine and mine, me and Catherine's, whatever, Dragon Quest panel, and this person was so generous, and they wanted to donate Rocket Slime to me, but they could only find the box. So thank you so much for continuing to think of me. That's so thoughtful of you. Also, don't feel bad about only donating $5. If you donate anything, that's more than. If you can donate anything, that's phenomenal. And even if you can't, donate, we appreciate everybody who... Bugsy, stop! If you can't donate anything, we still appreciate your company watching these streams.
Seriously, any amount helps.
Any amount helps. So, here's the one thing I didn't understand. I love Kirby Triple Deluxe. It's one of my favorite Kirby games. But I never understood why they made a new... enemy for Beetle instead of reusing Bugsy.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Because Bugsy's been in a couple games beforehand. You'd think that you just use the same model. Yeah,
Bugsy hasn't been used a lot since. I think his last appearance was probably Superstar Ultra, maybe.
Yeah, in DDD's Revenge, I think, because they did that throwback to all the Kirby's Adventure bosses.
Yeah. So, there's. Yeah, so, I'd love to see him back. He's one of the most memorable bosses in this game. I believe he also had an anime appearance. So, and a lot of Kirby bosses didn't get anime appearances. They would
yeah, he had, swords for some reason?
Yeah, he had swords for some reason. I believe Krakow is the only Kirby boss, true boss, to be a monster that DDD summoned. I know that DDD summoned a handful of the mini-bosses, though. But Bugsy, I think, is one of the more prominent ones, if I remember correctly. Mm-hmm. He was earlier on in the show. I have not watched Kirby Right Back at Ya in years, so.
I just went back to it recently, and I think one of the best episodes in the entire show is just the episode where DDD makes an anime.
Oh, that's the best!
It was perfect.
Apparently, that episode was simply the staff kind of complaining about their bosses at that time.
And they also were just making fun of other animes that just did a lot of talking and just standing still without actually doing any movement.
Yeah, because the animation in Right Back at Ya is actually it's interesting. There's a lot of 2D and 3D animated parts. And Kirby and DDD will both have a 2D model and a 3D model. And it's weird that because they'll switch between them from cut to cut, and it's bizarre. So yeah, not that the animation's okay. It's not the best, but it's certainly not bad. It's just the one thing is that one scene you'll have a 2D Kirby, and the next scene you'll have a 3D Kirby, and you're just confused.
Yeah,
is my experience with it.
There was an episode where I think one of the monsters that DDD summoned made everybody forget Escargoon. and like nobody knew who he was except for Kirby, who was just he's so like childlike and doesn't really understand anything. That he's like, oh hey, it's a friend. So Estargoon just interpreted that as, oh, he remembers me. And there's this one shot where it's like Kirby's a 3D model, and he's not emoting; he's just staring blankly and happily as Escargoon like explains all his troubles, and it's just the funniest thing.
Yeah. You see, I believe the explanation is that Kirby is literally an infant. Because he I believe it's like he was supposed to come like hundreds of years later or something to that effect. So he's like the explanation the Kirby anime gives is that Kirby is literally a babby and does not understand anything that's going on at any given point.
But at least he can eat.
Yeah, but he can eat. You see, there's a lot of weird episodes of the anime, I remember, where, like, it starts out and DDD's just, like, is just being, like, a general, like, douchebag for whatever, and his plan doesn't even involve beating up Kirby until the last 5 minutes of the show. At all. Like, I remember there was one episode where he makes, like, this giant sushi line that goes into everyone's house, and Kirby is, and, like, at the very last 5 minutes of the show, like, he puts a baked potato on it that only Kirby would eat, because Kirby will eat anything. And that potato's like supposed to keep Kirby from using his inhale powers, and so they can like send a monster that Kirby won't be able to defeat or something like that. But like the majority of the episode is just like everybody doing everybody just reacting to the random sushi line that's in their house now. So it's a very bizarre show, but I think it's one of the best shows like that 4Kids/Foxbox ever got. Because it's, for one thing, I think the 4Kids dub is actually pretty good. And not that it's, like, the best dub ever, but they knew exactly what they were doing.
That there, Kirby.
I need to clobber that there, Kirby. But they didn't need to... They knew exactly what kind of show they were going for, I guess is the thing. So they weren't trying to, like... And there wasn't a lot of, like, weird censorship either, which helped it a lot. Because, like, a lot of Foxbox/4Kids stuff suffered from the network really, really, like, messing with it. So.
Oh man, these jelly donuts are great.
Yeah, these jelly donuts are fantastic. But the Kirby anime didn't really have that problem as much. It didn't have anything like One Piece skipping entire arcs or like stupid line changes or things like that. So that helped it a lot. And I just think that the voices suited the characters so well. Like, it's kind of weird to think that I still kind of associate DDD with that weird Texas voice, but I do.
I mean, it's one of DDD's only voices, because then you got like Sakurai's. But it's still a funny voice nonetheless. It's not like painful to listen to.
Yeah. And also, like, whenever we're talking about Meta Knight now, we instead of using like his badass voice, quotation marks there, from like
Antonio
Smash
Banderas.
Brothers, we always talk with him with this terrible Spanish accent. So come, Kirby, suck up this torch.
But we have to fight. No, I don't wanna.
You will take that sword and you will like it. Oh god.
I love that.
That's what Super Nintendo is one of, I think, the best Flash cartoons just out there. Oh man. Well, Light Kirby.
Oh man,
the best ability, yeah. Useful.
OP. Please nerf Sakurai.
Useful on a grand total of 2 rooms in the entire game.
Oh, it looks like we got a $5 donation from David S. Thoughts on Squeak Squad? It's the only Kirby game I've ever played, but I absolutely love it.
Squeak Squad's okay. I think that's just the best way to put it. For some reason, I played it to 100% when I first got it, but I have a hard time going back to it because there's not a lot of new ideas there, unfortunately. Like, some of the new powers are cool. Like, Animal Kirby is fantastic, but...
And Ghost Kirby's just fun to abuse.
Ghost Kirby is fun to abuse, but... what was I gonna say? Oh wait, they can hurt you when they're in the air? I actually didn't know that. Yeah, but, my big problem with Squeak Squad is just that it feels very safe, and there's like, I mean, there were a couple of things that it did first, like the interactable environments where you can freeze water with ice, you can burn grass with fire, and things like that. But ultimately, it does feel a lot like more of the same, and there's a lot of really annoying aspects to it too. Like, for example, every stage ends with the Squeak Chase, which is fun
so
at
it's like,
first, but it's just like, I just want to get the treasure chest and leave.
it's also like just essentially it's the Great Cape Offensive for the entire game. You're always trying to like get treasure chests, which is it's fun to customize your own Kirby, but
Yeah.
after a while it gets kind of annoying.
Well, you see, the big thing about the game, the big new feature it has, is that you can store powers, health, and all sorts of other stuff in your stomach, which is cool, but whenever you get a treasure chest, that also has to go into your stomach. So, since most stages have 2 to 3 chests in them, it's kind of like you can't even really take advantage of it, because it's not like you can hold on to 3 powers that you want to use. You have to keep at least 3 spaces open for treasure chests at any given point. And it can force you to, like, waste abilities that you would otherwise want, or, like, have to throw away health that you would rather save onto, or things like that. So, it's not a bad game for sure, but it's just not one of the best for me. If you like Squeak Squad, I think, and you haven't played Nightmare in Dreamland, I think that's a great place to go from there, because it uses a lot of Nightmare in Dreamland assets. Squeak Squad does, so that's really cool.
You can also like combine sword powers. Like you can get like if you have like a sword ability in your stomach and a fire ability, you can make a fire sword, which is it's very reminiscent of like Kirby 64. I just wish they did more with it.
Well, here's the thing, like that was one of the things that they advertised was, oh, you can combine powers like Kirby 64. And obviously, growing up with Kirby 64, that made me really, really excited. But here's the thing, you can't just combine them to start. You actually have to, in Kirby Squeak Squad, you have to upgrade your copy abilities by finding these scrolls in the treasure chests. So you can't even like get Fire Sword from the start. You have to upgrade it. And on top of that, the only powers that let you combine are Sword and Bomb. So it feels very restrictive in that way. And that was
originally. It feels like they want to do more with it. Yeah, they just didn't have the time.
Yeah, but the thing is that when I first saw that Kirby Switch trailer, like, I mean, I was excited to just see Kirby, but when I, like, looked at it again and I looked at the power combining, I was like, oh boy, this looks a lot more like Kirby Squeak Squad and not a lot like Kirby 64. So that made me a little bit worried, but then Derek's analysis happened and I got a lot more excited about it. So it's not going to be like exactly like Kirby 64, but that's fine. I've been on record saying that I would rather them try something new than just try to nostalgia grab Kirby 64 over and over and over again, and I still stand by that opinion. So yeah.
I also like how it's Kirby Switch is just taking a lot of elements that were in the original canceled Kirby GCN.
Oh yeah, like being able to ride with the animal friends and things like that.
Yeah, I know they used some of that in Kirby's Return to Dreamland, and I'm just glad that we're getting to see more of that game, because when I would watch that trailer constantly when I saw it on YouTube. I'm like, oh man, when is this game coming out? I was like, oh,
never.
No. Because it looks so good. It looked really cool from when I saw it.
Yeah, the graphics for the GameCube were phenomenal. Although the dream will always and forever be the canceled 3D Kirby game.
There's only one screenshot of it, and it makes me sad when I forgot it.
Yeah. Like, it's kind of a shame. I haven't actually had the chance to play Blowout Blast yet, but it's kind of a shame that Blowout Blast ended up, in the 3D Rumble game in Robobot, ended up being kind of not as ambitious as I would have liked them to be. Granted, they are a side mode in an otherwise standard Kirby game, but still, I would have really liked to have seen what they could have done with that if they had full freedom to make a game in that style. And I don't know if we're ever going to get it, like a true 3D Kirby game. I would love it if we did, but I'm not expecting it, I guess is the best way to put it.
I believe, because the director of Robobot, who's been the director of the series, like, after Sakurai left after Kirby's Air Ride, said he's, in, like, his in his 3DS Miiverse posts that he would do, which are very interesting if you want to give those a read, because he goes like into deeper depth,
Deeper depths.
deeper in depth into the development of like Triple Deluxe and Robobot, which they're very interesting reads. But he said that he wants to do a 3D Kirby game one of these days.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
I honestly, I can understand why there's a hesitance to do it, because there's like, I mean, if you go this long without I guess the time where most people were most comfortable. Well, actually, I wouldn't even say it was most comfortable. People kind of felt expected to go to 3D once the N64 and PlayStation hit, because that was the new thing. Now that Kirby held off, so there's no expectation for Kirby to... I think I missed a switch. But there's no expectation for Kirby to go 3D anymore, even though fans would love it if they did. So, like, they can keep on making 2D games and they'll be fine. But it's like... The 3D adventure is not necessary anymore. Yep, I missed the switch. Okay, we're going back.
It looks like we got 2 more donations.
Awesome.
We got a 25 donation from, our own Catherine.
Oh, hi, Catherine.
Glad to see my first ever Kirby game managed to get a spot in Platformania after all. Put this donation to burning Catherine in The Sims, because why not?
I think Steven will have to make a new Steven will have to make a new sim for that, but sure, I guess Catherine can burn.
Oh, and the next donation is from John at Dawn. I don't know what to put here. Sumane.
Okay.
I don't know what that means, but it means something somewhere.
Oh, guys, look, we can get the sleep ability whenever we want. Yeah.
Now, just the game. It's just like the Metal Blades. We don't have to play the game anymore.
Yeah. Oh, man, so OP. Please nerf.
Oh god, Ball used to be a fun ability.
I hate Ball. I hate Ball.
Oh, what? I think it's fun.
I cannot control myself at all. Like, look at this. Like, I don't know how to do things. Like,
Chad, you'll never get to Evo.
I'll never get to Kirby. Top tier ball strats. Oh god. Kirby the fighters at Evo win.
Oh gosh, I just caught up on the brain scratch run of Tekken.
One punch.
That was my favorite match in Sabrina.
Oh yeah, if you haven't watched it yet, Jack displays some top tier Tekken skills. Josie's gonna be a new favorite at Evo now with that new tech Jack developed on the fly.
Good times. I miss everybody from too many games.
I do too. My favorite part about that is that we had the blind Eddie match and we didn't even know who won. Okay, well.
Oh gosh, that was amazing.
Tekken is so stupid. I love it. Fan. It's fan. No, you remind me of a two-legged elephant named Tenderfoot.
I want a plush for Fan. He's so cute.
Oh, Fan's adorable. He's another one that's only in a handful of games.
Yeah, I think it makes me sad that they don't use him more.
I'm trying to think. He's in this. I think he might be in Amazing Mirror, but I don't know.
Superstar Ultra.
Superstar Ultra.
About it, I think.
Yeah. I do know that the original Kirby's Adventure actually had some different bosses to Nightmare Dreamland. I believe.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, I believe some bosses got changed.
Yeah, that's right.
I forget like which ones exactly got changed though.
I can look it up. Let's see. Kirby's Adventure.
It's because the original Kirby's Adventure. I'm actually surprised that Gareth chose this version to play, because I believe he's one of the people who grew up with the original Adventure. So the fact that he chose this game is a little, like, I mean, I prefer it, but I'm surprised he went with it.
Now let's see. Oh, there was a turtle that replaced Fan.
Oh, okay. Upgrade.
Turtle.
Upgrade 100%. You see, another thing about this game that I love is that the Kirby that this game has the Kirby hats, and the original Kirby hats didn't become a thing until Superstar.
Yeah.
And it's like, look, we're Popo. We're Popo. Oh wow, Freeze is a terrible power up for the Meta Knights. Also, it took me years to figure out that these guys were called the Meta Knights. And I was like, wow, really?
Oh, they are?
Yeah,
Wow.
these guys are the Mennonites.
Wow. That's a good name. I like it.
Yeah. Then
It makes me
again,
kind of sad that after, I believe after Superstar, and I think they stopped doing it in the Amazing Mirror. They stopped giving Kirby different colors for power-ups. Like Fire, he would be red, and for Ice, he'd be blue. I really enjoyed that.
yeah, they did stop doing that. I don't know. I think they. I'm trying to think of whether they do it in. I don't think they do it in Squeak Squad actually. So
Oh, that makes me sad.
I don't know why they kind of changed it. I guess it was. Yeah, like why they decided to change it kind of baffles me. Like I guess in games like Return to Dreamland, where there's the co-op aspect, having Kirby change color might be a little bit disorienting. But especially if you're
Yeah.
playing in co-op and you need to have each Kirby be its own color. Oh yeah, that was a thing in Amazing Mirror too. Every Kirby was its own color because of the co-op stuff. So if you have the Kirbys change color due to their powers, that would be a little weird. So I can
Yeah.
understand that, but like for Triple Deluxe and stuff like that, I don't really see. There's no reason to not do it anymore, aside from just wanting to reuse the assets as is and not change them at all. So yeah.
Oh, we got another donation.
Awesome.
We got a $5 donation from Sergeant Mario SMM. Almost said never mind. Have any of you guys been to the UK? And when I say the UK, I actually mean outside of London and other places like Cornwall, Manchester, Wales, etc.
The only place out of the United States I've ever been is Niagara Falls. Oh no, wait! I went to Quebec on a school trip once, but that's it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I've been to the UK. I went to Cambridge, but that was about it.
Yeah.
And London.
Yeah, you've been all over the place. I know you've been to Japan a couple of times. Have you been anywhere else?
I went to Germany. Like, my parents took me when I was a baby. The weird thing is, my parents took me so many places when I was a baby. Like, oh, we went to Disneyland when you were just, like, 1. And, like, all these other Spain and, like, Germany and all these cool places, and I remember none of it. I'm like, oh, thanks, Mom and Dad.
Oh, yeah. Good job. Good job there. It's okay, though. They took a selfie of you with Mr. Italy, so you'll remember it for the rest of your life.
It's true. I'll always remember Mr. Italy.
Mr. Italy. With his lots of spaghetti.
Have you seen that video that was put online? The voice actors for Mario and Luigi in Mario's Hotel, they redubbed the scenes.
Wait, they got the original voice actors from those scenes to redo them?
Yeah, they redubbed it, and they like they didn't exactly redub it. They did like an abridged version of it, and it is absolutely hilarious.
I have not seen that.
I'll see if I can find it. Let me see.
I would love it if somebody could get Charles Martinet to do some of the lines from that in his normal Mario voice. Like,
I feel like they might have done that at a convention. I just don't know where. Somebody had to have done that.
Somebody had to have asked to do it. Yeah. Like, I know that a lot of times voice actors are a little bit apprehensive about doing the voice when they're not at an official event, though, because they can get them into trouble at points.
So I know Mike Pollock was talking about that a lot.
Yeah,
he can't say certain things in his voice because it's like owned by some like Sega.
Yeah, like I also believe that at one point somebody asked him to do the snooping as usual line.
Yeah.
Which eventually they used in Boom, but he didn't know what the joke was, and like if he knew what the joke was, he said that he wouldn't have done it because obvious reasons. So it's, I don't know, like, it would be great if we could get it to happen, but it's not like I would rather Charles Martinet not get in trouble, I guess is the way I'll say it. You see, okay, here's something I never understand. In nearly every room where you hit these switches, there's almost always like a Max Tomato or a Pep Brew or something, even though you get a full heal every time you hit a switch. So I don't know what they're doing. Like, I don't know if the healing when you hit a switch is just a Nightmare in Dreamland thing, or what, but,
I don't know, maximum tomatoes are good.
At maximum
Kirby's gotta eat.
Yeah, Kirby's gotta eat, that's true.
Oh, I remember when Needle turned you yellow. I missed that too.
My favorite
About
needle power-up, though, is Double Needle in Kirby 64, where he
that.
has,
Ah,
like, all those
yes.
random pointy things coming out.
I love electric and ice. Just get Kirby turns into a fridge.
Turns into a fridge, yeah. Oh, so since I've got ice power right now, do you know if the Ice Kirby Nendoroid is out yet?
Uh, I believe it is, but I can double check. I
Uh,
think so.
I want that. I have the normal Kirby, but I
Mhm.
want the ice one so bad because it's got like a star and things, and it's so good. I want it.
Oh, and they do like the cool crystal effect. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I also want the. I know it's gonna be like $150 whenever it does come out, but I want the Robobot, the Robobot one too. I don't know if that's out yet, but I want it so bad.
Oh, it says on the Good Smile online shop, it says the sale ended. It was on sale from the 22nd to August 10th.
Oh, my heart. Oh, that hurts me. That hurts me so bad. Now I gotta pay like 30 extra bucks at cons in order to get it. And that makes me...
Pourquoi?
Pourquoi. Pourquoi, indeed. Oh, hi, Bonkers.
Did you ever see the original commercials for Nightmare in Dreamland?
Yeah, sort of. I kind of vaguely remember them.
There was that awful singing. It's
I remember they
"He's the
reused
man
clips.
of many faces.
Oh yeah, they reused clips from the anime because they were going on at the same time. I remember that too. That was phenomenal. Oh god.
I miss old cheesy Nintendo commercials because I was watching the old commercials for Mario Superstar Baseball. The one where
Oh.
Pete hits the baseball and it destroys a car in a parking lot. And at the end, Luigi goes and he clicks on it destroys his car.
Oh, I also remember there's the really weird Bowser suit too in that.
Just because getting hit with the baseballs.
Yeah. I also like the Kirby 64 commercial where it's the woman with the woman in the pet shelter where it's just like, this is Fluffy, this is Sally, and Sally is like a poodle, Fluffy is a tabby, and Kirby, and then Kirby shoots a rocket out of his mouth. Kirby's
I miss commercials like that. Nintendo used to do really good advertisements, like the Paper Mario free demo advertisement.
Oh yeah, the free demo ad into Nintendo Power. That's phenomenal.
Yeah.
You see, I love that the Kirby commercials always tried really hard to make them look badass as well too, and they still kind of do. Like if you look at the ads for Robobot, and compare them, it's a little bit they try to play up the badassness a little bit more in the Japanese Robobot commercials because that's kind of the point. But if you like look
Kirby in a mech.
Yeah, but if you look up the ads for Triple Deluxe are a little bit more standard. Like when you look at the American ad, it has the Latin chorus where it's just like "Suckers up a hypernova," and then when you look at the Japanese ad, it's just like it just plays like Green Greens, and it's just like ba. It's the new Kirby game. We love Kirby. He's pink and cute. Yeah. So, God. It's not just like them drawing like angry eyebrows on the box art. It's they do like it's the entire advertising mindset that they have with pretty much everything Sakurai does. Have you seen the difference in the box art for Kid Icarus Uprising?
I have. Yeah, like there's one where he's smiling. It's like, oh, now he's angry.
Yeah, it's one. Yeah, the American box art makes it a blue sky. Because the pink sky, that's too girly, and Pit can't look happy, so he has to be frowning.
Which is it's very opposite to how Pit is, because he's very silly in that game.
Oh yeah, no, Kid Icarus Uprising is a phenomenal game, and part of it is because I love they took characters that had like no personalities before and made them super endearing, which I think is part of the fun too. Like they had to basically invent personalities for Palutena and Pit, and they're both so great.
It feels like I want like a show like that because it is just so perfect.
Oh, and did you see like the anime shorts they did for?
I did. I love those.
Yeah, they're the Palutena's
dinner one.
Yeah, Palutena's dinner is the best. But I really that's what I want is another Kid Icarus Uprising game. I think if they were because the game came out a while ago. It was like
it was like 5 years ago.
Yeah, that's
Jeez, time
that
flies.
that's enough time for another one. Like
Yes, please.
I hope that Hades, when you beat the game, wasn't joking, and that it really doesn't take another 20 years to get a new Kid Icarus game.
uh, Hades was a great villain.
Hades is the best villain. Like, he's way better. Honestly, he's like way better than Medusa in every way, shape, and form. Although the game did trick me at first with the early ending. I kind of thought that like it didn't it felt weird. It felt like it shouldn't have been over yet. But at the same time, I was like, oh, Hades ripping off the credit screen and all that did genuinely surprise me.
Because it felt like in line with Sakurai's games, because a lot of Sakurai's games, besides like Smash Bros, are very short.
Yes.
So I thought, oh wow, it goes on for like another 20 chapters.
Yeah, no, it's probably the longest game of his, at least for a single player campaign, that he's ever done. I would have to imagine.
Because I forget, did Nintendo mention in? Because I know they talked about wanting to do like animes with like Yoshi and Kirby, and I forget what else, but I know like did they mention Kid Icarus?
I don't ever really even remember seeing that. You'd think that a Kid Icarus anime would be in the cards, though, considering the Palutena Smash intro video from E3. Like, you know, that was beautifully animated, and it was awesome. So, like, I would be surprised if they didn't want to do that at some point. Like, it would be, honestly, I think Kid Icarus would probably be the best fitting for that. Like, because it's, like, got actual characters and a plot and stuff.
Yeah.
And great voice acting already, too. I love the voice actors they have for Pit and Palutena, and all of them, actually. I don't think there's a bad voice in that game. There's not a bad voice in that game, I think.
Oh, yeah, and I believe Miyamoto said, I think it was, like, in June 30th? This says in this press release. It says, Miyamoto says, we want to make an anime for Pikmin, Star Fox, Yoshi, etc., and distribute it freely or integrate it into games.
You know what? I can see that. I can see, because you have to remember, they had the Pikmin shorts, they had the Star Fox thing, and they had the Yoshi Woolly World cutscenes in the 3D version, where, like, Yoshi just kind of messed around with Poochie and stuff. So they've been experimenting with all of those ideas for a long time, and I wouldn't be surprised if they went for them. But still, Kid Icarus, I think, would be the version that gets people the most excited, I believe.
Oh yeah, definitely.
If only because it's also not a franchise they see as much of. Like, even Pikmin has more kind of presence than Kid Icarus. So even though that's like a lesser done franchise, you know. So I would love for them to do a Star Fox or Kirby Pikmin or Yoshi anime. But I think if I had to pick one, it would probably be Kid Icarus, actually.
Yeah, I just want a half an hour of Veridi and Pit just bickering.
Oh yeah, because
give me that Nintendo.
You see the Smash Brothers like pit taunts on Palutena's temple were like such a massive tease. Because you just, it's like a good 45 minutes of new dialogue for like all for those characters, and it's just phenomenal. The best one has got to be the Robin one where Chrom makes a guest appearance, though. That's got to be the best one.
I love the Captain Falcon one where they're just geeking out over Captain Falcon's moves.
Yeah, and they're just being meme-tastic. That's also fantastic.
Oh, we got another donation. We
Yay!
got a $10 donation from Iceberg67. Hi guys, keep up the good work. Could Ted sing "Come On," FHQWH Gads from Homestar. I think they're meant to say Homestar.
Come on for who good gods? Say come on for who good gods. I don't remember the lyrics. No.
Oh, Ted, pourquoi?
Oh God. Okay, wait. Hold on a moment.
You need to turn in your membership to HomestarRunner.net.
Oh, damn it. Okay, so we're gonna have to redo this level again because I forgot to get Hammer before coming in here. Yeah, hold on. There is a trick you can do to get Hammer, but I screwed it up because you have to like get double wheel and then like press the A button immediately on the frame and press the button immediately on the frame you get it, and then you'll get Hammer every time. but I'm bad at that, so we'll just have to do the level again with the bonkers you get from the arena. This is probably my least favorite level in the game because this is the only level in the game where in order to get the 100%, like it's that room right there, you need to have a power that's not in the level itself. This is the only level in the game that does that. And so
Thankfully.
yeah.
I know, what's it, Kirby 64 did that a lot, which, well, not too much.
A handful of
never
times.
wore annoying.
A handful of times it did, though, yes. And even if it did, like, even if there were, like, the power, even if there was the power you needed, it was often, like, such a hassle to try to get that power combination. Like, you would have to carry one power through half the level and then know that the next power was in, like, this room 5 times later and stuff like that, so...
But thankfully, I think the second level, the Orange Wood one, has, like, I believe it has all the powers combinations in the game you can get.
Yeah, I believe the second level in the game has every power in it, if I remember correctly. So that's like one of the easiest and earliest places to get like electric, which is very rare throughout the entire game. So it's helpful, and I love the music to Quiet Forest. It is one of the best tracks. It's one of the best tracks in the game. But thankfully, yeah, it happens enough to be annoying in Kirby 64, but not enough that it makes that it's a consistent problem. It's just a minor annoyance for the most part. You see, I'm trying to remember the stages where it actually does happen, and I'm blanking on it.
The one I can think of immediately is the one crystal shard that you need the Kirby's adventure abilities, because I don't think they give you stone and cutter in that level, I believe.
You know what? I think you're right. I think the Kirby Dreamland 3 power, you need to bring it in from another level, if I remember correctly. I also believe the level with the dynamite, where you need the dynamite power to break a wall, I believe that's also not in that stage. Okay, come on, Heavy Mole, let's go. You see, this is one of the more random bosses. I believe they haven't ever really brought him back. Actually, he might be in Squeak Squad. I think that one of the bosses might be like the brainy Squeak driving a contraption that's very similar to Heavy Mole. But it's been so long since I played Squeak Squad that I couldn't say for sure. Orange Ocean. Okay, Orange Ocean's probably the most annoying level in the game, if I had to pick just one. Like, honestly, I think that this level's harder than Rainbow Resort. Because it's so much harder to keep your power in this level. Because if you get hit once underwater, like that, you lose your power, you know? Yeah.
The difficult thing about Rainbow Resort is the ice.
Oh, yeah.
Ice physics.
The ice physics, yeah. Though that game really, I believe it's the last level in this stage, in this world, where there's the, I needed to keep stone or hammer in order to get through. Okay, we'll have to come back through to this level again. But what was I gonna say? I believe it's the last level in Orange Ocean where there's the worst cannon in the game, which is like impossible to go through.
Oh god, I hate that.
And I spent years not years, but I spent like forever as a kid trying to get to that cannon, and all you get is like a 1-up for doing it.
Yeah.
And I was sure there would be a
switch.
A switch. And nope, so I skip it every time now.
Yeah, because you have that one stupid Waddle Dee, because later in the game, enemies changed like the speeds they run at to make them like harder to deal with. And
Yeah.
It's that one stupid Waddle Dee that respawns every time and just hits you. It's like, ugh, so frustrating.
Yeah, it's annoying. Okay, so the quickest way to be able to break that block is just to beat Bonkers again. So we're gonna do that. It's just the enemies you don't get if you're Kirby's Adventures later Kirby games would be more forgiving with this, where you could take like a hit or two before. I think it would actually depend on how strong the hit was for the power to be knocked out of you in some later Kirby games. But that's something I would need to look up. In this game, it's if you get hit, you lose your power. Like, no ifs, ands, or buts. So, and the
'Cause I
enemies...
know in, like, Superstar, you can take, like, a lot of damage before, like, losing your power. I know that much.
Yeah, this game does not... It's probably I would say Adventure is probably the hardest Kirby game. Easily. The hardest Kirby game to complete, I shall specify. It's, like, not true arena hard or anything like that, but it is definitely no joke. You can still die plenty. It's still it was considered easy for an NES game, I guess it is the caveat you have to put there. Okay, you see this stage
Compared to something like Contra.
Yeah, compared to something like Contra or Castlevania or whatever. You see, this stage I worry about a lot less because if my power drops, I have a chance of getting it back with the since we're not underwater, I have a chance to grab it. Okay, here we go. You see, I can't play this game not 100% anymore.
Yeah, me neither. I always have to go for everything because going for everything is not much of a hassle. It kind of adds more like replayability to the game.
Yeah, like the game's very, very, like, it's not like it takes a lot of time to go for 100% in this. It's like you just have to open up a couple of secret rooms. It's not like you have to do, like, get all the sunstones or the gears or anything. Because if you're trying to go for 100% and say Return to Dreamland, that adds like hours, like at least an hour or two to the game because not only do you have to do the Gear Doomer boss, you have to do the entire Gear level too. You have to do the Gear Doomer black and white level where you lose your power and stuff like that. So it adds a lot of time and it makes the game feel kind of repetitive when it's every other stage. But this game doesn't really have that issue.
Thank goodness I don't have randomized stickers.
Random.
I still haven't 100%ed that. I've played it like Triple Deluxe like 5 full playthroughs and I still haven't gotten them all.
No. Well, you have to get them all in one file too. The easiest way is to just
one level.
That's
what I meant. In the same file.
Yeah, I believe the game is programmed to make it so that new stickers will appear more often, but there's still a lot of grinding you have to do. Play coins are your friends. Is basically you can use your play coins and it makes the game easy. It makes it easier to collect everything. If you have Amiibo, it's a lot easier to get all the stickers in Robobot.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Because they added an Amiibo function now, because I think Triple Deluxe before they even introduced any Amiibo.
Yeah, it was 2013? 13 or 14, early 14 or...
Oh yeah, because Robobot was 2015, I believe.
No, I think it was 16.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It was last year. Yeah, it was last year. But...
Yeah, I still have my Robobot phone background.
Yeah, hold on. Actually, you know what? I've got my Kirby Triple Deluxe box right here. I can see what year it was. Yeah, 2014. So, yeah.
I guess the only reason I remember that is because that's the same day they shut down the government. Kirby Triple Deluxe got announced. See, this is what Kirby does to our United States government.
Yeah, Kirby shuts down the Kirby shuts down the government. Oh, Kirby! No, come back here. There we go. Yeah, so Triple Deluxe was the year Amiibo came out, but before they were introduced. So
yeah, because I know they released that like quality of life, copyright thing, and also for like Amiibo NST stuff.
Yeah, Amiibo. Yeah, so although at that point all they really had for Amiibo were the Wave 1 Smash ones announced. Mm-hmm. So I believe Kirby was actually part of those. So they could have planned for something. Oh wait, but there was no Kirby function. There was no Kirby functionality. What? There was no Amiibo functionality announced for DS yet. Yeah, that was what was going on. So that's not like they wouldn't have been able to do. They wouldn't have been able to do anything on the DS. Whoa! Hold the phone. If you use stone on a slanted platform, it's got its own. Wow, I never knew that. Oh man,
yeah, it does because it lets you slide down hills.
Yeah, but not in this game. It doesn't.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot.
Yeah.
Oh.
Holy shit.
Learn something new every day.
It's a completely different sprite too, because like it's not the same.
Yeah, it's on an angle.
Yeah, it's not just like badly angled with Mode 7 technology either.
Power of Mode 7.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, that's great. Like, I I learn something new every day.
Oh yeah. Speaking of Amiibo, did you ever get the Kirby series Amiibo?
I have all of them.
Same.
So all of them. I love Kirby too much. Actually, the Amiibo that I really wanted was that we're never gonna get is the Box Boy Amiibo.
That makes me sad. I really want that too.
And because it seems like a really good one, and they're just never gonna let us have it because we don't get to have nice things.
Well, also because they're not making Box Boy games anymore because they had the last game Goodbye Box Boy.
You know, I actually didn't like Goodbye Box Boy as much as Box Boy.
Yeah, it wasn't as good.
It's the
Didn't feel
thing
like a good
is
send off.
yeah, I mean the story was cute and all that, but the thing is that there was no evolution for the puzzles. It always felt like you were doing a tutorial for your area, and you never really until you got to the extra areas, which got a little obnoxious in my opinion. It didn't feel like you were doing anything super interesting or taxing, which is a shame. Because I think Box Boy is one of the best puzzle games on the 3DS, personally. That and Stretchmo, I think, are both like among the best download games on the system.
Yeah, definitely.
Did you play Pushmo or Stretchmo or Crashmo or all of those?
I did. I really like those.
I believe for all of you European people, it's called like push blocks or pull blocks or something. So yeah, but I love Stretchmo. It's phenomenal.
Oh, Europe.
Oh, Europe. I don't know why they decide to, because they're the only ones who changed the name. It's something similar to that in Japanese, if I remember correctly.
They did that with Ninja Turtles when it was first the '80s cartoon was first airing. Apparently, Ninja was apparently they needed to censor that, so it's Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles, Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles.
Yeah, but they probably still called them ninjas during the show.
Yeah, that's what they do, but they just needed to censor it in the theme song for some reason.
Okay. Okay. Ninjas are bad guys. Don't be a ninja.
Yeah, it's true. You don't get to hang out in the sewer and eat pizza.
No, why would you want to eat sewer pizza, though, is my question. Like, that's gross.
They make a joke about that in the movie. They had like a leftover pizza, and it was old, and they're like, "Is that pizza still good?" It's like, well, if you like penicillin in your pizza. And they hold a mini funeral for it.
They hold...
Yeah, they're like, do.
Wait, in the live action movie they do that?
Yeah, they're like, dur. Like Michelangelo does it.
I have not seen that movie in so long, I don't remember that scene at all.
Ah, it's amazing.
I mean, I like that movie. It's probably my favorite Ninja Turtles related thing, but I don't remember that scene at all.
I believe it's when they're coming back to the lair after they left for the April's farmhouse.
Oh, I kind of remember that now a little bit.
It's when they run into that kid who was in their lair.
Oh yeah, and then they go to like the Foot Clan place where all the kids like are delinquents and stuff. Okay, yeah, I kind of remember it now. It's been a long time since I've watched that movie.
That's like, honestly, it's one of my favorite comic book movies.
It is a very good movie. I will agree there. It's like I think it's one of the best Ninja Turtle things. It's weird for me to think of Ninja Turtles as a comic book series.
Yeah, I always saw it as like animated.
Yeah, the franchise feels like it takes much more from the TV show than it does the 1980 whatever it was TV show than from the original comics most of the time.
Yeah, because the comics are really dark. Like Shredder, who's like in Tomo's Ninja Turtles canon, he's like the main bad guy. In the comic, they murder him in the first issue.
I believe he comes back though because
it's like clones.
Yeah, but
they kill those guys too. There's a lot of death in that comic. Very, very far cry from like the '80s kid friendliness they had.
Yeah, but the only reason I think that they brought him back was because he was so popular in other media. You know?
Oh yeah, definitely.
What always surprises me is when they try to make him really threatening when he's such a doofus in the original cartoon. Too.
Yeah.
Oh god. Okay. You see, Orange Ocean, I believe, is the only stage in the game to have a switch in every level, if I remember correctly.
Really?
Maybe the last one doesn't have a Switch. I'm not sure. But there's been a Switch in every level we've had to go through so far. So...
Then they can't play Mario Odyssey.
No. Oh, that game's gonna be so good. Oh, I want it so bad.
Gosh,
It's
been a really long time since I've been really excited for a Mario game.
Yeah, this is like the first time I've been super excited for a Mario platformer, actually.
Yeah.
Because I didn't learn to love. I didn't love Galaxy until I played it. Like it was just, oh yeah, that looks cool, kind of thing to me when the game was first announced.
Yeah. Because game hype wasn't as big as it is now. I think back like in 2007.
At least for me.
Yeah, like E3 and like the internet. I don't think they were as big as they are now.
It wasn't something that people expected to find out all the information about immediately. I think is the big thing, because nowadays everybody like takes time off of work to watch the E3 news, and like back then, if you were like a Nintendo fan or whatever, what you had to do was just wait for the issue of Nintendo Power on E3. And that's just what you had to do if you wanted the information about it, you know? You couldn't... Like, it's not like you could afford a ticket to E3, because they're like, you had to get the plane to LA, and they're also like $600.
Oh yeah, I think I remember them being like not open to like press only at the time.
I remember... I think that they weren't... I think that they were open to the general public, but because I remember, around like 2002, I told my dad, I was like, Dad, can we go to E3? And my dad was like, what is it? And it's just like, oh, it's this gaming convention in Los Angeles, and it'll be really cool. And my dad was like, we could talk about maybe doing a vacation to Los Angeles. We'll think about it, and we'll see. And then my dad, I talked to my dad, then my dad looks it up, and he's like, no, we can't afford to go to this, because the tickets are so expensive. So yeah, it was a shame. Boom. I love UFO power. It's one of the most random things, because it's the only power that has such a unique control for it, but it's just so good.
Oh yeah, well it's like, you get like it's like a couple different powers in one. You get beam and you get laser.
Yeah, and it can also
like acts like breaking like gray blocks.
Yeah, so it's really really good. So in Kirby Robobot, you can get UFO by using the Kirby Amiibo, but you can also get it if you 100% the game too.
Oh yeah,
which is I think like a decent way to handle it. I wish that they were talking about this for Metroid Samus Returns a little bit earlier, but like people were disappointed that in order to get the fusion mode, you had to beat the game with you had to use the Amiibo to unlock it. I wish that it was kind of like this, like Kirby, where okay, you can get it earlier if you have the Amiibo, but if you 100% of the game or something, you could still get it, you know?
Yeah.
Like if
that'd be a good way to do it.
If you could earn it in game, I don't think people would have a problem with it. I'm getting both Amiibo anyway because I need that Metroid Amiibo.
Ah, so squishy.
I was pre-orders went up on Best Buy yesterday, and I was able to snag it, so I was really
nice.
I was really happy about that. So I'm getting both anyway, especially because I love the look of the Samus Amiibo too.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's just, you know, I do feel bad because those are going to be rare, I have a feeling, and so like not being able to access certain parts of the game, it's going to be disappointing. You know, actually, I think there is still hope for that, though. Because I remember they said that UFO was going to be an Amiibo exclusive ability. Like, the only way you could get it was through Amiibo, and then you ended up being able to get it for 100%. So, I think that I'm not going to say it's likely, but I think it's still possible that you could get it through, that you might be able to earn it some way in-game. We will see whether or not that ends up happening, but I think it's a possibility.
I'm really glad that the 3DS remake exists for Metroid 2 because, oh my god, it's been like almost 16 years since the last Metroid game, 2D Metroid game.
Yeah, Fusion came out in 2004. No, not Fusion. Zero Mission came out in 2004. Yeah, so that's 13 years since the last remake. Fusion came out in 2002, I believe. So, yeah, it has been 15 years since the last new one. So, like, damn. So I am really happy. I prefer 2D Metroid to Prime, personally. So I'm pretty excited about it myself. Okay. I'm probably going to die to Meta Knight because I only have 2 hits, but Well, we'll see how well we do.
You can do it, Ted. Use your pro strats.
Yeah, I'm gonna try hit him. Gotta try hit him and see what happens.
And then hit him again. Give him the old 1-2.
Oh no, sorry, Meta Knight's too good, guys. I can't.
Oh.
Meta Knight's OP. Like, look at it. His frame data is just too good. Kirby Nightmare and Dreamland confirmed best Meta Knight. See, look, he can block you. Like, that's just so cool. Oh, Meta Knight's so cool. Like so this is actually something that they took out of the Game Boy Advance version. In the NES version, apparently Meta Knight was the one who gives you the invincibility candies. So it's supposed to be like, oh, look at this mysterious guy. Is he helping you? Is he trying to fight you? Oh my gosh, what is he? And they just never answer it.
Oh, and he's just a Kirby with a mask.
He's just a Kirby with a mask, yeah. Which I think is the most adorable thing. Meta Knight's such an edgelord. It's fantastic.
He's also Antonio Banderas.
Antonio Banderas, yes. Okay, here we go. Rainbow Resort has such pretty music. I love it.
Ah, so good. The only thing that kind of sucks is the bit crunch for the music.
Oh, yeah.
It's really noticeable after all these years. It's so much when you're like playing it in the car on your Game Boy. It's like, oh, this is really nice music. But when you like listen to it now, in like this age of YouTube, you can really tell.
Yeah, the GBA sound cart is not very good, unfortunately, and you can tell nowadays. Oh, this is like one of the most annoying rooms in the game.
Oh yeah. They changed the enemies slightly up from the beginning of the game, where they changed them to different colors and also changed their speed.
Yeah.
To like make them harder.
Yeah.
Like,
oh yeah, and you have to and they respawn too, and they respawn much faster than some other Kirby games. So, and you have to backtrack through this room in order to get through it most easily, because you're not going to be able to break these blocks to the right with the burning ability that you'll need to break the gray blocks that are to the side of it. So you basically, what you need to do is you need to use beam in order to break the earlier blocks, but then you need a backtrack in order to get the burning to come back. But then you also need to make sure that you don't get hit by these Waddle Dees, and then...
It's like the only like puzzle-solving aspects of part of the game. Mostly, I mean, puzzle-solving like massive air quotes. It's like not too hard, but
yeah,
it's like using two common powers in tandem with one another.
Yeah. Wait, actually, maybe it is Rainbow Resort where it has that cannon. Because you know exactly what cannon I'm talking about.
Yes, right? The one in the pit. You have to light the fuse and then run up all the way down there, jump down, and get there. And it is like. You have to be, like, almost frame perfect to get it. Oh,
no, actually, I'm talking about a different cannon. It's one where there's, like, a set of stairs in between you and the fuse, and it's a really, really short fuse. And you have to be frame perfect in order to get through it. And it's right before the end of the stage. I skip it every time I play. I believe we did do the cannon you are talking about. Oh, wait, hold on. We're in the boss rush tower. Okay, time. I always do the harder path. Every time. I mean, I don't need the extra lives at the moment, but if I was playing hard mode, I would. Because I don't normally play extra mode in this game, but I have beaten it, like, 3 times, I think? At least 2. Definitely 2. But most of the time, if I'm playing this, I want to play normal mode. Fan is green! Damn it! Yeah, like the bit crunch, if it weren't for the bit crunch and the kind of tinniness, I would love this rendition of DDD's theme, because certain parts of it go up an octave, which it doesn't normally do. Like, it's like ba 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 ba, and it's like the going up the octave really like highlights that part of the song, the melody. And where normally it's just like ba 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 ba, which is still a great part of the song, granted. Yeah. But it emphasizes it so much more. But it's the sound quality on it is just not as good.
Yeah. Thank goodness that we get this franchise just remix itself so often that we just get really good. Like, even like the next game will be like, oh, we'll get a really good remix, even though this version isn't exactly up to snuff.
Yeah. Like, all of the best songs in Kirby have been remixed, thankfully.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think the only time I can think of where the remix was just bad is Factory Investigation remix in Robobot. Where the beginning sounds like the composer's cat walked across the keyboard, and they just forgot to remove it from the file.
But I will, even though it's not like the best in the world, I will go gaga for any Kirby 64 remixes.
Oh yeah, because they're so uncommon.
Yeah.
They don't remix Kirby 64 a lot for some
It makes
reason.
me sad because that's my favorite Kirby game, and I want it to have more love.
You see, that's the most nostalgic Kirby game I have. What my favorite is depends on my mood. It's usually I usually have my top 3 though are this, Kirby 64, and Triple Deluxe / Robobot, because they're like neck and neck. They're neck and neck for me. But it's like it depends on what I want from a Kirby game, you know?
Yeah.
Come on.
I forget what this Fire Lion's called, but he always gave me the most trouble out of all the mini pluses.
I think it's just Fire Lion.
Oh, that's a good name.
Yeah, that's why he doesn't. That's why he doesn't come back as often.
I miss Backdrop Infidelity. It's very like one and done, but I think it's a lot of fun.
I think it just kind of felt a little redundant with Fighter, is the
Yeah.
thing. But I would love to see them like do new spins on that, like where they make him like a true wrestler or something like that. That could work. That could work.
Oh
I
yeah,
think, really
put Kirby in spandex.
Yeah, that would be adorable. Like give him like a little luchador mask or something, and then
Oh yeah, also suplex.
yeah.
That's kind of fun ability too.
Suplex was in Superstar? Question mark?
Maybe? I don't remember exactly. Because I remember liking it a lot, and then only seeing it in like Adventure. Let me double check.
It might be Amazing Mirror actually. Superstar's probably the game I played some of the least amount of, all things considered. Which a lot of people consider it to be the best Kirby game, and not that it's bad, but I just never clicked with it. Never clicked with me the way it clicked with so many other people.
I like it. I just don't think it's the best.
Yeah,
It's
like
fun, but definitely not like top. It's like in my top 10, but it's not like number 1.
no. Well, there are only like there's the 3 Dreamland games, Adventure / Nightmare in Dreamland, 64. So I think there's like 12 or so Kirby games, true platformers. So yeah, probably would be in my top 10 too. The only one I really dislike out of the main platformers is Amazing Mirror. I am not.
Oh,
a
I
fan
think
of that.
Amazing Mirror is fun.
Oh, jack it out! You and your pineapple pizza loving, Amazing Mirror liking wrong opinions.
I'm gonna have lunch today. It'll be pineapple pizza.
Disgusting.
What's that? I think there's that one meme that's just like absolutely disgusting.
Absolutely disgusting. Oh yeah, that was from Fire Emblem Heroes, where they how familiar? Oh yeah, you only just played what's it called? Conquest. Yeah. So in Fire Emblem Sacred Stones, which is the last GBA game, the story follows these 2 siblings, Erica and Ephraim, and the game, since the game's story is based off of some novel, there's a lot of kind of incestuous undertones throughout. They love each other very much. I'll just put it that way. So when those characters were brought into Fire Emblem Heroes, Ephraim, the brother, had this dialogue where it says like, the bond between me and my sister is very close. A lot of people are jealous of it. I've heard people, and then he goes on to say, I've heard people say say inappropriate things about it. Absolutely about our bond. Absolutely disgusting.
I forget. Is Sacred Stone's the one where it's like we need disguises and they just put on cloaks? Perfect.
It's either that or the Fire Emblem 7, which was just called Fire Emblem in the United States. That was the first Fire Emblem game to come out. And in the United States, it's the game after the game Roy is in. And it's a prequel, and it stars Roy's dad, Eliwood. But what's funny is that the 2 worst lords in the series are considered to be Eliwood and Roy, like stat-wise, because the way that Fire Emblem stats work is that everything's random. Each character has a certain % chance of leveling up a particular stat. So the thing is that Eliwood and Roy have very balanced stat growth, because almost everything is 50%. So that means it's very easy for Eliwood / Roy to end up being completely useless, because their stat growths will be so weird and stupid whenever you level it up.
Oh, jeez.
Like they'll get like, oh, I'm gonna level up in luck and resistance today. Okay, That's helpful. Thanks, Elliewood.
At least Roy's our boy.
Roy is the boy. Yes, that's true. I believe the best lord is considered to be Ike, because I know that Ike with the using a specific weapon and with a critical hit can one-shot the final boss of his game.
Jesus.
Yes. He's pretty bamf. I've never played Path of Radiance though, because it's an expensive game.
There's too many games, not enough monies.
Too many games, not enough monies. That's why. Did you see the thing on one of the the European Nintendo sites where they have like listings for a bunch of random GameCube games on there?
Oh yeah, I think I did.
Yeah, so there is a possibility that we might be getting the GameCube Virtual Console.
I'm so happy because
that would be great. GameCube games are so good. But that would be, since we're talking about Fire Emblem in particular, it would be great to be able to play Path of Radiance for like $20 instead of like 80. You know? God,
I also need to play the first Pikmin game because my first Pikmin game was Pikmin 2, and that's a really bad Pikmin game to start with.
Did you play Pikmin 3?
Yes.
Okay.
That made me a fan again.
Okay, Pikmin 1 is actually on the... You can download it on the Wii U and play the Wii version, which I think is the better version.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. Whoops.
Am I stuck down here?
Wait, what's a Wii U? What are one of those things?
Oh, you know that? It's that tablet controller for the Wii.
Oh, right.
Not a lot of games used it, though. Yeah, it looks kind of like the Switch, yeah. Not a lot of games used it though, so I don't think it's this. Oh. This is the frickin' canon. There's no Switch up here.
Oh god, I hate this.
People are always like, "Oh, Ted, use laser," and no, you can't use laser to reach it because, like, look, you can't bounce it. This is impossible. Okay, I don't care what anybody says. This is just straight up impossible, and I skip it every time because I don't need the life. There we go. Oh yeah, and this is like the second to last stage too, because after this, there's the Dreamland 1 throwback stage.
Yeah. The Kirby series is really good at doing throwbacks, because I know this is like only the third game, and they're already doing a throwback to the first game.
I believe this is the second game, actually. Dreamland 2 came out after this.
Oh god, yeah, that's right. Because I thought Dreamland 2 came for... Oh god. Yeah, that's right. Whoops.
Yeah, it's just like
my Kirby fan card now.
Oh yeah, absolutely disgusting. Like, it is weird that they do a nostalgic throwback literally on your second game, but Green Greens is a fantastic track, so I don't mind.
Yes.
You see, one thing I actually really like about the game is that music-wise, Vegetable Valley, its theme uses like a slightly different key than Green Greens, but it has the same opening chord where it's the kind of rhythm, but it's in a different key, so it sounds similar but different at the same time, and I love it. God. Kirby's so good, guys. I love him. We're gonna be ending very early, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Because we've only got about, like, 10 minutes left, I think. So, what game comes up after this?
Let's see. After Nightmare in Dreamland is the Super Mario Bros. Death Race with John, Derek, and we do.
Okay.
That is at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, okay. So they will have extra time to set up, I guess, is the thing.
Yeah.
Because I will probably die to boss endurance if I tried to do that to pad for time, and I do have things I need to get doing, so,
Yeah, and you gotta play Amazing Mirror, the best Kirby game.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no, Jack. Why do you
No.
You see, Jack, we get along so well, but then you say these things, and it hurts my soul.
That's what I'm best at doing.
Aww. Okay. Okay. I don't know how I found the secret in the moon as a kid, but I did. I don't know,
That's like in every Kirby game.
Yeah, but this was the first one this is like the first one I found it in, that was the thing.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how I did.
It's pronounced as Dreamland.
Yeah, it's just kind of like up there. I probably was just like floating up and then went in here by accident is probably what happened. And then once you know to look for it, you just never forget. It's pretty easy to find in the newer games because they make a big deal about the moon appearing whenever they do that.
Yeah, because it is like much bigger than it is in any other Kirby game, I believe.
Yeah, like I remember in Robobot, it's on like an electronic screen, and then they have like all the stars appear, and then the door appears, and then the moon will appear after that, like a oh, this moon is special kind of way. I didn't get a power for
Yeah.
DDD. Whatever. I don't need one. DDD's sprite is so big in this game. It's
Yeah, he is ginormous.
yeah. I believe he's actually smaller in Squeak Squad. Ow.
Oh yeah. I think, and even in the original Venture, all the sprites are much smaller.
Yeah. Ow. Okay, come on, you fat bastard. Let's go. You don't have a monster to clobber that there Kirby this time.
We took all the monsters out. Now he's got to clobber that there Kirby.
Okay. Oop. Bum, 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 bum. I also love that they use the Melee Fountain of Dreams remix for this fight.
So good. Did you ever get the Melee bonus disc from Nintendo Power?
Oh, with the orchestra? I love that disc.
Yeah.
It is.
It is. The Fountain of Dreams remix they use for that is just.
It's the best song on the CD, easily.
Yes, it is perfect.
And there's a lot of good tracks on that CD too.
Yes.
So, yeah, it's, you know, it's something. This is easily the best version of Gourmet Race. I think. I don't think any of the higher tempo versions or the rock versions or anything. I don't think any of those come close to this version. Ow. DDD, why do you do this to me? Ah, no! DDD, why? Oh!
Also, this is kind of spoilery for people who haven't played this like 15-year-old game, but actually scratch that, like 20 years old, considering the original. But DDD's actually the good guy.
Yeah, DDD's the good guy. Part. He just whacked me in the face, though. Okay, we're gonna get a power to make this a little bit easier. Where is there a... You know, I'll just get Sword, which is in the first level.
Tried and true Sword.
Yeah. See, I don't normally have a power, though, when I start to fight DDD, unless I go back to get one, because I always like to play the Dreamland throwback level with no power, because that's how you played the original Dreamland.
Yeah, definitely. Gotta get that throwback to that throwback.
Throwback to the throwback, yeah, there we go. Okay, now we can go back to World 7. Oh, man, I haven't used these Warp Stars in forever.
Well, I honestly forget they're there sometimes.
You don't need to backtrack very much. It's only if you went back, you skipped switches and just went on going, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, no! DDD, why?
Poor Quad, he just want to be friends and release the nightmare.
Come on, DDD, come on. I believe, the thing is that if you watch the intro to the game, DDD's, bathing in the Fountain of Dreams, I think is what's going on. So he is still being kind of a dick. It's not like he's just a purely good guy most of the time. He's a dick.
I mean, you can't get any better water than the Fountain of Dreams.
No,
it's water from people's dreams.
It cleanses your pores so good.
Oh, man. So good.
Ah, there we go. Okay. We're gonna go put this thing back. Yeah, it's gonna be a great idea. I'm gonna put this back. I don't know about this, Kirby. This is not a good idea. You shouldn't put the thing in there. No, I'm gonna do it. Kirby, I'm telling you, this is a bad idea, Kirby. I'm gonna have to ask you to show you get, bitch, please.
I love how well animated these sprites are. I know we've talked about them.
Whoa.
I have that GIF saved on my computer. It's just so good.
You have so many good GIFs though. Oh, they full heal you here. I always forget that they do that. Okay, Gradius time. Every good Kirby has a shooting section.
Oh god, this part messed me up as a kid. I had a hard time beating this part.
Oh, Nightmare's hard. Nightmare gave me some serious trouble growing up. The Nightmare Wizard, I should specify, not the Nightmare Orb. The Nightmare Wizard gives me more trouble than this. I do usually take a couple of pot shots to him, but it's usually not... I'm not usually in danger of dying to the Nightmare Orb. It's the Nightmare Wizard that I'm more likely to die to. Actually, does the Star Rod... Oh, this suddenly appeared at the fountain. Use it in your final battle against the Nightmares. Oh, man. Translation inconsistencies. Oh, man.
Nintendo Treehouse, why?
Nintendo Treehouse, why do you ruin video games? You don't let me pet my waifu? 0 out of 10.
Oh, man.
I'll never play Nintendo again.
Hey, it rhymed.
Okay. Hopefully I can beat Nightmare without dying, just as a point of pride. Have you ever beaten the boss endurance mode? Because I had to use save states when I did it on this. I
don't think I ever have. I'm sorry, I'm not good enough for Kirby's Nightmare and Dreamland Evo. I'm sorry.
No, it's, I'm not good at it. The only reason why, so I don't count that as really beating it. I just wanted to see what happens when you did win. So I used save states. It's not worth it. It's just like a picture.
Oh, it's enjoy your vacation, Ted.
Yeah. I mean, it's, like, have you seen the Kirby 64? Oh, I died. Yeah. Have you seen the Kirby 64 reward for beating
Yes.
without taking any damage?
I believe so.
Yeah, that's the one where Kirby has, like, all the powers, all the bosses, like, added, like, combined to his body, and it's freaky.
I downloaded the soundtrack a while back and I realized that soundtrack that plays, that theme that plays when Kirby and friends are throwing rocks into the ocean and he gets hit by the wave, it's just called Idiot of the Sea. I love that.
Poor Kirby. Another thing that makes the Nightmare Wizard harder is that you do this spinny jump with the Star Rod, which can hurt him, but you can't fly. So it's harder to dodge projectiles.
Very strange.
Yeah.
Although the Nightmare Knight is not Nightmare Knight, excuse me, the Nightmare is kind of goofy. I do like his design.
It's a very iconic design. I think it's not as like nightmare inducing as some of the other ones though. Like he's not scary, I guess is the thing. Like he's not as weird as Marks or disturbing as the Zero forms or
yeah, because he's got that goofy cleft chin.
Yeah, where he looks like he looks like the Crimson Chin.
I was just about to say that, but I couldn't think of it. I was gonna say Crash Nebula instead.
Yeah, like I mean I think the best final boss is like Sectonia, I think, is a great looking final boss. Haltman I actually don't really like as a final boss, and well, I should say the Star Dream in particular. Like it's just kind of a computer. And
you don't really get to use Kirby. You get to use Meta Knight Chip, which is cool, but
I would have liked it a lot more if they had a Kirby fight after the ship section.
Yeah.
Like I know people freaked out because the Star Dream looked like Nova, and I know that Superstar fans got a kick out of that. But not being a Superstar fan, I kind of just wanted a real final boss.
I feel ya, because it's really just like Gradius for the most part.
Yeah, it's like. It's Star Fox is what I got, and it's not easy either. So when it comes out of nowhere, it's just a little weird. Okay,
especially like True Arena.
Yeah, True Arena sucks.
I couldn't abuse Stone for that. It makes me sad.
Oh no. Okay, his death animation's freaky. I'll give you that.
Yeah, because like
his face melts.
That comes out of his eyes.
His face melts, and it's weird. Yeah, I'm blowing up stuff. You can, complete. Now I can choose extra from the start game menu. Woo!
Let's see if we get any last minute donations. And, oh, hey, we got one more donation from David S.
Cool.
He donated $5. He said, "Hi, Ted. Heard you talking about Fire Emblem. Which is your favorite FE game? And what is your favorite child unit? Mine are Ophelia and Solio. And Midori from FE Fates, which is also my favorite FE game. Awakening being a close second.
You see, a lot of the people in the chat who are Fire Emblem fans are going to call me like a scrub and a casual, but I like Awakening. I think it's actually, you know what? The best Fire Emblem game is Codename Steam. That's...
My man knows.
Yeah, like, honestly, like, I know that I say that as a joke, but, like, Awakening's my favorite normal Fire Emblem game, but I love Codename Steam. I think it's among the top games that Intelligent Systems has ever done. So, you can get the game for so stupidly cheap nowadays. You can get it
$4, people.
Yeah, for $4. So, come on, there's no excuse to not at least give it a shot. So,
but after you give those $4 to Codename Steam, you can also donate that extra money if you have left over to Platformania.
Yeah. This game.
I forget. Let's see what's our donation total at this point in time.
We should be 21,000, I think, something.
Yeah, $21,607.
Damn, like, the amount of money we have raised is just insane.
Seriously, guys, thank you so much.
Yeah,
we couldn't have done it without you all.
Yeah, I love that. I love that game. So I love you. I'm still thinking about Codename Steam. I love you guys so much for doing
We
such.
can love both. We can love Codename Steam and our lovely audience.
Wow, whoever's playing the game really sucks at Wispy Woods. If you have Cutter, you're just showing off. If you have Cutter, he should be dead by now. Although I suck at Paint Roller though. Like honestly, he's the one boss that I shouldn't have nearly as much trouble with as I do. Oh, what, dude? Why would you? That's a perfectly good power you've got there. Why would you get rid of Needle for Wheel? Yeah, why would you get rid of Needle for Wheel? Oh my God, you loser. And also, Wheel. You see, Mr. Shine and Mr. Bright are actually, if you have the right power, among the easiest bosses in the game.
Yeah, because they share half a health bar.
Yeah, and so you can just stand there, and then they will not take any damage. And like you can beat them before they even have if you have the right power, you can beat them before they even have a chance to attack. That is just nuts to me. This game makes me so happy. I love it. This is easily one of my favorite Kirby games of all time. It took 4 people to translate like the maybe 3,000 words that are in this game's text total. Okay.
God, it's okay. Bill Trinan.
Yeah, Bill Trinan was originally a translator. He wasn't a management person first.
Yeah, he wasn't our donut-loving fired guy.
Yeah, I believe he's...
Too bad he lost his job.
Yeah. I believe the first game he worked on was Paper Mario, if I remember correctly.
Oh, wow.
I would need to double-check that to make sure, but yeah. Oh, he also has psychic powers, too, so I won't want to mess with him.
Yeah, I don't want to mess with that guy.
Don't mess with Bill Trinan.
God, it's so strange because like when you look at how like small the game staff is, Nintendo seems so much smaller than it was back then. Now it's like huge.
Yeah, it's always been huge, but it's weird that these games can be made with such small teams. I think is the big thing. Like, wow. Oh, okay. This game is fantastic. Look, guys, can you beat my high score? I don't know if you can.
Please put it on MSN Messenger. Your high score, and we will respond with ours.
Yeah, okay. So anyway, I'd like to thank everybody for stopping by. This was a fun run. I'd like to thank Jack for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
We've only got, I don't know if they're going to be jumping in as soon as we're done, or if there's going to be a delay, but tune in at the very latest. Oh, wait, there's an intro. Yeah, the peaceful world of Dreamland is in great danger. In Dreamland, dreams are always flowed from the wonderful fountain of dreams. The fountain of dreams collected the hopes and dreams of all living things. It was also responsible for the sweet dreams and rest that come from deep sleep. But one day, everyone in Dreamland lost the ability to dream.
Oh no!
King Dedede was bathing in the fountain of dreams. He had even taken the Star Rod, the source of the fountain's power, and broken it into pieces that he gave to his underlings.
Oh, wait a minute, he's not bathing, he's just sitting in an inner tube.
Now Kirby must embark on an adventure to restore the peaceful nap times to all the residents of Dreamland.
Woo, nap time!
Yeah. Cool, the deepest lore. Anyway, thank you everybody for stopping by. I hope to see you all again soon. Later.
Yeah, see you next time.